The hospitals, we allege in the complaint, and the doctors were conspiring together to install effectively counterfeit hardware in people's back.
Attorney Brian Cavatek represents Mary Cavalieri, whose lawsuit claims medical devices were purposely implanted in her body as part of a scam to illegally profit from insurance companies, even California taxpayers. According to the complaint, Cavalieri was told she needed a spinal fusion and had the surgery in 2010.
It didn't work, and she went and had to have another surgery and finally ended up with a legitimate, genuine doctor who was trying to help her. And this doctor found out that she had had counterfeit hardware installed in her back.
The initial procedures were performed at Pacifica Hospital in Long Beach. Today it is a different hospital and not related to this lawsuit. But at the time of the surgeries, it also went by the name Health Smart Pacific, and it was owned by Michael Drobot.
At the center of this is an individual named Michael Drobot, who's already pled guilty to a number of counts of insurance fraud.
You may recognize the name. In February, Drobot admitted to bribing California State Senator Ron Calderon. The yet-to-be-resolved federal case against the suspended senator from Montebello alleges that he accepted money to support workers' compensation law helping Drobot. In a plea agreement with federal investigators, Drobot admitted not only to funneling bribes to Calderon, but also to paying kickbacks to doctors who funneled patients to his hospital.
There's evidence here that there were lavish trips on private jets, that there were prostitutes, that there were large amounts of kickbacks that were going on, all to drive patients in the doors.
In this civil lawsuit, Mary Cavalieri claims she was a victim of the alleged scheme and adds the explosive allegation that knockoff devices were implanted in her spine.
These parts were being made in a machine shop in Temecula. They weren't FDA supervised. They weren't necessarily clean. They may not even be the right material.
These are photos of knockoff parts found during an FDA inspection at hardware manufacturer Crowder, which is named in the lawsuit as the maker of the devices. Here's the allegation. Crowder would make a $65 screw in the machine shop. Keep in mind, an FDA-approved screw wholesales for about $400. But by the time the same screw was used in a hospital, insurers were billed over $12,000.
They were fabricating the cost, they were billing insurance companies, and as a result of it, they were receiving millions of dollars.
I reached Michael Drobot's attorney, Don Norris, on the phone. He says the lawsuit is completely unfounded, that the hardware was purchased from an FDA-approved manufacturer and that they have the documentation. But Cavalieri's attorneys say in the complaint that defendants lied to the FDA and used the political system to benefit.
There's certainly connections here between legislation that had been passed, legislation that had been authored or championed by Senator Calderon and Michael Drobot. But what we know is that this legislation was the vehicle, it was the mechanism by which they were able to perpetuate the fraud.
The lawsuit accuses State Senator Calderon and his brother Tom of accepting, quote, kickbacks through phony contracts, extravagant trips, and expensive meals to write, support, and or reject legislation in furtherance of defendants' conspiracy. When Tom Calderon lost his state assembly seat, he did become a consultant to Pacific Hospital. Neither Ron nor Tom are named as defendants in this lawsuit. Again, from the complaint, between 2001 and 2010, Pacific performed at least 5,000 spinal fusions. One of those patients is Mary Cavalieri, but her attorney fears there are many, many more.
We don't know how many thousands and thousands of people in the greater Los Angeles area, or frankly in California as a whole, who fell victim to this.
In Los Angeles, I'm Christina Gonzalez, Fox 11 News.